Kalai, Sean, and Leslie are down at the convention center this morning for our day of action. Let's send it back on out to Kalai. Kalai, good morning to you.
Well, good morning, Sherson. Yeah, this is so fun to kind of get out of the studio and get into the community and talk to great people doing great things. So it's the day of action, United Way, helping make 100,000 meals today. And of course, with all of that comes a lot of partners, and that includes Jeff Phillips, the CEO of Rosars. Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, good morning, Phillips.
So you guys are a huge sponsor of this. Talk a little bit about what that entails.
Well, for us, it was a sponsorship of not only the funding piece of this, but also we have a team here that's going to be bagging meals.
Talk a little bit about the philanthropic piece to that, because you said this is so important to your company.
It is very important to our company. Hunger, the elimination of hunger, is our top priority when it comes to philanthropic thrust. And so we look for opportunities to partner with agencies within our own communities, Second Harvest, other food pantries. We work with the Boy Scouts of America for their Scouting for Food drive, our Tom's Turkey Drive promotion in the fall, our ongoing Bag Hunger promotions. All of those things are really aimed at the elimination of hunger in our community. And we're local. We've been, our company was born here, and we've been around since 1934. So we understand this issue within our own community, and we want to do something about it.
And I even asked, do you see this on the daily basis inside of your store? You said every day.
We do see it every day. We see people who, you see it through the food stamp programs or the voucher programs that are happening within inside the store, but we also see people who are truly in need inside of our stores every day.
And of course there's that trickle-down effect, so it's not just I'm hungry, my belly hurts, I want to eat something, but we talk a little bit about the process of what food and nutrition does to your mind and a person's ability to function on anything when they're hungry significantly decreases when they don't have anything to eat.
No, that's exactly right. I think United Way's got this three-tier platform. They're education, health, and income, and this is certainly falling under that health umbrella of that. But you're right. If nutrition is a big deal in terms of people acting and really having control of themselves, so that they're not really just, looking for that next meal. So our job, I think, as a community is really to stand up and support this.
Well, and it must feel good as the CEO of this company to step in and help your community because, as you mentioned, you're part of it.
Right. We live here. We work here. We want to be a part of the solutions here.
All right, well, thanks so much for joining us. And you're going to be packing meals later today?
I wish I could pack meals. We have a manager's meeting, but we do have a team out here that's going to have a lot of fun doing that. So.
Yeah, 350 volunteers from various businesses around our community. Of course, we're going to be talking to them throughout the morning. Jeff, thanks so much for joining me.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We're going to take a break. You're watching a special edition of the Wake Up Show here on KHQ.
We're talking about the United Way, the day of action. We're down at the older convention center. I remember it as the convention center as a kid, and really this place is going to be packed with about 350 volunteers.
United Way is helping Second Harvest fill 100,000 meals today and prepare 100,000 meals. But the United Way also helps several nonprofits in our community, specifically the Martin Luther King Jr. Outreach Center, which helps kids and it helps them prosper, but it also, of course, helps feed them as well.
Yeah, and you can see, Leslie, the crew, they're setting up the tables and getting ready for everything. But Martin Luther King Jr. Family Outreach Center, so important in our community.
Yeah, currently low-income and minority students aren't graduating high school at the same rate as their peers, so MLK really helping with that situation.
All right, and here's a closer look at exactly what they do.
The Martin Luther King Center is a nonprofit social service agency, and we provide a variety of social and educational programs to primarily low-income children, youth, and families in Spokane.
I've been here since I was 3. I participated in the ECAP, the before and after school program, and the teen leadership program.
By the end, they've gained so many skills and so much knowledge, whether it's about learning about college or volunteering in the community.
I've seen other kids that like to come here during the summer, and it helps them mentally, physically, and emotionally. They get to play, hang out with other kids their age.
Kids come in who have no clue what they are going to do for the summer.
Without this opportunity, I would probably be at home sitting on my bed on my phone all day.
United Way has helped the center so much with our mission, not in terms of just funding, but we also know that if we need any type of support in terms of maybe organizing our programs and making sure that they're meeting the needs of the community, we can also sit down with United Way and collaborate and brainstorm as to how we need to get that done.
I am grateful that this program is running, and I won't go out and make bad decisions or anything like that. I'm a good kid. I'm not going to make bad decisions anyway.
Send things back out to Sean Owsley, who is anchoring live for us at our Day of Action.
That is the Day of Action and United Way. Big plans for the day, and I'm joined from the United Way by Lisa Curtis. Lisa, thanks for being with us live this morning.
Thank you.
You guys have been gearing up for this. It's finally here. Do you exhale and say, you know what, we're really about to make a big impact in the community?
Huge exhale, but excitement. It is about that impact, 100,000 family meals, bringing our community together, our volunteers, almost 400 today, our business community. It's amazing.
Talk about the need and how this is really going to be implemented here, right in our region, and really impacting people and families.
Our community is facing an issue with poverty. We know that over 34,000 students in the classroom are eligible for free and reduced lunch. We've talked to our teachers. We've listened. They're saying kids are hungry in the classroom. And on Monday, the behavioral problems increase. We have an issue to address, and that's really what today is about. Bringing people together to say we can supplement family incomes, help with the hunger that's needed in our community, and we've partnered with the Outreach Program to bring in 100,000 family meals. We've also partnered with Second Harvest to get these meals distributed throughout the community and at mobile school food banks.
So today, volunteers will be putting together meal packages. Talk about that process.
It's going to be exciting. So there are 26 plus tables in there, big production line. You're going to have somebody scooping in some noodles, scooping in fortified vitamins, and packaging these up so that we can send out some macaroni and cheese and tomato basil throughout our community. With that are going to be recipe cards so that people can add fresh vegetables that are accessible at our food banks in our community.
And Lisa, the emotional impact, let's just say you take one of those packaged meals and you personally deliver it to somebody that is in need right now. That's the bottom line.
It is, absolutely.
All right, Lisa, thanks for being with us. A lot
Thank
of fun
you.
still ahead.
Yes,
Good
thank
work.
you.
All right, we're taking a break. It's the Wake Up Show live with the United Way Day of Action. Back in a minute.
Well, welcome back to the special edition of the Wake Up Show. We here at the Convention Center for the United Way's Day of Action, a huge collaboration by several different companies and groups here in our community to package 100,000 meals for Second Harvest.
That's right. And there's going to be plenty of action. You can see the table set up behind us. Looks like a factory line, but really what you're looking at is changing the game when it comes to hunger in our community.
And United Way really partners with several different nonprofits here in our community. United Way, as you mentioned it, the way you described it, Leslie, was basically an umbrella that really helps great nonprofits doing great things, including the Salish School.
Yeah, the Salish School. You know, children who have a sense of belonging and connection to education actually thrive in school, and the Salish School really makes a difference with that.
If you know who you are and where you come from, you have a very strong foundation of identity. It's important for my son to find out, who he is. Salish School Spokane is a native language immersion child care center and private elementary school. I think the community that in this school is really going to push him to find a sense of belonging. When Native students know who they are, where they come from, and they have a really solid grounding in their culture and language and traditions, they do way better in school. Even just a short amount of time that I was with them, I spent every afternoon with them, Monday through Friday, and the growth, I guess, is I've seen so much growth.
With the help of United Way, we've been able to increase our students' reading scores and just improve the quality of our programming so that our students get top academics as well as language immersion and culture.
I'm looking forward to actually helping the founder, our community, expand. That's one of the things that I personally think needs to happen so that we don't have to turn community members and their children away.
We just really strongly believe in community and that everyone can play a part in bringing this highly endangered language back to its historical place, which is the land here. Ninui Sish Weekinchin. That says, I'll see you again.
Love it.
And we're going to send it back out to our day of action at the old convention center. Leslie joining us all now. All right, Leslie, good morning to you.
Good morning, Chairson. Good morning, everybody. We're joined here at our Day of Action by Stacey Coles. He's the cabinet chair for United Way and one of the heads of the Coles Company, which does so many great things here in our community. We were talking in the break just about what a big umbrella United Way has over the top of so many different organizations. Let's talk about that.
Well, you know, I wouldn't say it's necessarily an umbrella, but it's a safety net.
Yes.
I mean, it supports organizations including Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, but also the food bank. It supports drug and alcohol, addiction recovery programs. It supports, you name the social service, and United Way has a piece of it.
This is a great day that you put together, that as an organization put together. Talk about what this means to you and how important this is for our community.
Well, this day is really kind of the big public kickoff for the campaigns, but these campaigns go on starting really last May is when I got started. And my job is really to fire up the business community. I've got about 60 volunteers, mostly CEOs, who are making calls, have been making calls since May. To get campaigns started, help people with goals, figure out, you know, how do we do a better job this year. And if things go right, I think, you know, we're going to get close to $4 million this year. Which is unbelievable. So this day, with all of these organizations coming together to package meals that go out to so many different families, I mean, I think it's 100,000 meals that we're preparing today. What does that mean for you? Well, I mean, that's just indicative of the kind of strength that United Way brings to the problem. I mean, we do have a big problem with hunger in this community, and what better way to kind of illustrate that than put together 100,000 meals in one morning. I mean, spectacular. Yeah, it really is. Absolutely. Stacey, thank you so much for being with us this morning. Sure, really appreciate it. It's going to be a great day. We're going to take a quick break here on this special edition of the Wake Up Show. We'll see you back here right after this.
And of course, the United Way helps several different organizations. So today we're making and preparing 100,000 meals for Second Harvest. However, there are several other nonprofits. One of my favorite here in the Spokane community is called Communities in Schools, and it provides wraparound services for kiddos in our local schools. And part of those services include providing food for those kids who go hungry. And we know that it's hard to focus on class, it's hard to focus on learning when you're hungry every day when you go to school.
They didn't have communities in schools at Cheney High School at all. Like, we didn't have a site coordinator, we didn't have like the backpack program, the clothing program, no food pantry. So we did a petition and got like over 300 signatures. And we started the program here.
Our job is to go in there and wrap around these students with support services to make sure that they can be successful and stay focused on learning.
In high school, it really helped me get my grades together and really stay on track. If I was struggling in a subject, they'd check on my grades, and like I'd be able to talk to any of the mentors who understood the homework.
It's hard to be learning when you have an empty stomach.
They send home a backpack full of food for over the weekend for the children.
A couple years ago, 1 in 3 kids were dropping out in Spokane County, and so now today, that's 1 in 5.
I wasn't really looking forward to college as much, and like seeing the people who come and like who are volunteering to be here, and they're going through college, and yeah, there's struggles, but it's real. It kind of made that situation better for me.
I really appreciate that United Way has partnered with us, not only in primetime mentoring, they also help us recruit mentors and volunteers for our programs. So they've really become, I think, like a hub for all the nonprofits. So we kind of look to them as that really solid infrastructure that we can count on.
It really helps students. It really does. Like, it may not seem as much as it does because people don't really want to talk about it. They may be ashamed, but it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's really nice to have that back set and support.
Hi, welcome back to the Convention Center. It is the Day of Action, and we are helping prepare 100,000 meals for hungry families here in our community. We've got it underway right here behind us. I'd like to introduce Lexi Moore with the Outreach Program. Tell me a little bit about your role and what's happening behind us.
Well, my role with the Outreach Program is an event coordinator. So what we do is we coordinate these events, and then we get the opportunity to come and actually see it in action. We get to see the impact that these meals are making in the community. So behind us right now, we actually have the meals being packaged. We have our lovely volunteers here. So what's happening right now is they're putting the soy, the packets of nutrients, and the macaroni into the bag. From there, it goes down to the weigh station. It's very important that it weighs a certain amount of weight because that determines how many meals go in a bag, how many bags go in a box, how many boxes go in a pallet.
And every once in a while we hear, perfect bag!
Exactly. So
and a celebration.
We like to keep the energy up, very enthusiastic. So if they get that perfect weight, then we love it when they celebrate it.
Perfect bag.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, I mean, there really is a lot that goes into it.
It's a very intricate, very specific process. After the weighing process, then they get sealed up. There we go.
You just open that.
After it's sealed, then they get put on the chart, they get boxed up, and they get sent to food insecure families all over the Spokane area.
Okay, so this is our first table of volunteers here kind of showing us what's about to happen. But go ahead and pan over here because you see all of the various companies that are going to be coming in today. Itron, STCU, Washington Trust Bank, Wendell Ford. And I think Leslie Lowe is even getting ready here. I heard her asking for a hairnet, and here she is. Leslie, how's it going? How's it feel?
I think I look great in the hairnet, first of all. But this is awesome. So easy, so much fun. Everybody's down here enjoying this. I mean, we're making a difference, so how can you beat it, right?
Yeah. Leslie's wearing the hairnet, making a difference, making meals.